up? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Shamira. Be sure to subscribe down below and give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I am really excited about this video because I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips for incoming freshmen, or whether you're a freshman going into a sophomore and you're just still not getting the hang of this college thing. Trust me, I get it. I was the same way. Even up until sophomore year, I was still like, is college for me? Like, what am I doing? How do I do this? So I thought I would give a few tips, and also these are kind of like Virginia Tech specific, which is where I go. I'm actually in the middle of finals right now. So I have 3 more finals left. I've had 5, so I've done 2 out of the 3 and have 3 left until I'm a senior. So I thought I was in a good space to share some advice with you guys, let you guys in on how it is being a freshman going straight into college. Granted, things are looking a little different right now, but these are still amazing tips and things that you guys should definitely use. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. All right, so I've got my phone right here, and I'm just going to read off of this, and not read off of it, but I wrote down some tips, so I'm going to use my phone as like a reference. So the first tip, which is honestly one of the biggest pieces of advice that I have, is to be open to making friends, whether it's in your hall, whether it's literally anywhere you go your first couple of weeks. You have to be open to meeting people, and don't let, if you're a really shy person, don't let that like hinder you. So when I came to college, I came with my best friend. We both decided to go here, and so we ended up rooming together. And honestly, we both say the same exact thing, but we're both very shy, introverted people, and so we were very comfortable in our own spaces and very comfortable with being with each other because we've known each other since middle school. And we didn't really allow ourselves to really step out that much and like meet new people. Of course, we made a few new friends, but we didn't really like live it up to the fullest because I feel like we were just so comfortable with each other and we had each other. So it was like, do we need anyone else type of thing. So I definitely don't recommend having that like mindset when you go in, whether you're living with a friend or not. Like, make sure that you guys are still being open to meeting people. So some tips for that would be, leave your door open in the hall. I'm that person where I'm like, I want my space. Like, I don't want people to be all in my room. So like, I would close my door, and honestly, like, it's so silly, but that is the biggest thing when you first live in the dorm. Leave your door open like literally all day when you're decent, obviously, from like the time you wake up till you go to sleep pretty much, because people will just knock on your door, come in and like hang out with you, get to know you. That's really how you make a lot of friends in the dorms, is literally leaving your door open. Because if your door isn't open, then people are just gonna think, oh, she doesn't want to be bothered, and you're gonna end up not making friends. And what happened with me is I was like that. I didn't want to leave my door open, so like we didn't really leave our door open that often. And so, you know, as time went on, we noticed that like our hallmates were pretty close, and like they all knew each other's names and stuff like that. And it was like, I didn't really know them. I was kind of just living there because I was just so shy. I was a very shy person going into college, so it was really hard for me and kind of scary to like do stuff like that. So just allow yourself to kind of blossom a little bit, step out of your comfort zone and do something that you've never done before, so that you guys can definitely meet people and make your college experience worth it. The next tip is, don't be afraid to not know what you want to do. So I actually get this question a lot from different people that are going into college. They're like, I'm this major, but like I really don't know if I want to be that major, or I really want to do this, but I feel like I'm not good at that, or like I don't really know what I can do. I want to go to college, but I don't know what I want to do after college. And as a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, however old you are going into college, you do not need to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. Honestly, that's a very premature decision, because it's so hard to know what you can see yourself doing from now all the way for the rest of your life. That's honestly insane. And some people do have it figured out, or they think they have it figured out. But if you don't have it figured out, don't be under the pressure. Go in undecided, take a few different classes, see what really works well with you, what you really enjoy. And even if you don't know after your first year, do some internships, ask people, like really get to know what other people are doing, because that definitely helps a lot. I came into college and I was a biology major because I wanted to go on the pre-med track, and I had just heard that it's good to, like, you know, be a science major because you can take all your prereqs and stuff like that, and that it was the best thing to do, which is definitely not true. Within my first semester, I knew that biology was not for me because there were so many classes like zoology and all of these like plant classes and things like that, and I was just like, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in that. And I really wasn't sure. I hadn't talked to people. I didn't know that you really don't need to be a science major to go pre-med. So I switched my major to human nutrition, foods, and exercise, which is like Virginia Tech's pre-professional, like health professional hub, I like to call it. And that's what my advisor kind of calls it. It's like the pre-professional hub. So pre-health professional hub. So whether you want to be a nutritionist, a dietitian, a doctor, a PA, a nurse, like all those type of things, that's kind of the major for you. And I did not even know about that major, and I really enjoy it because it's a lot of like health-centered classes and medical classes and nutrition, things like that. Like it's more geared towards what I'm interested in. So I really love my major, and it took me a while to figure it out. I switched sophomore year, so it's perfectly okay to not know what you want to do. The next tip is talk to people in your classes. Honestly, I'm still bad at this because I like to just go to class and leave. Like I like to just do what I need to do and leave. But honestly, the times where I have like really met people in my classes, it's such a good thing, because you're gonna have homework assignments where you don't know what to do, or you know, you want to study with people and you're like, I don't know anybody in my class, like how do I reach out to people, how do I get help? And that is one of the biggest things, because your professor is not always going to be there, but like when you meet people in class, you can always just quickly shoot them a text and be like, hey, did you get this? Like, do you understand this? Can you help me with this? Do you want to study? Like that's really, really helpful, especially in your more challenging classes. It's really, really helpful. And also you could just meet your best friend. Like you never know where your friends, your closest friends are gonna be. Like they could be in your classes, so you just need to like speak to them on the first couple days. Just be like, hey, my name's such and such, what major are you, like, you know, where are you from, things like that. Like really just having like general conversation and just like kind of establish that like friendship level where you guys just sit together every day and chat it up. And then you have a little class friend, and it's seriously so helpful with like homework and things like that, and you're also just making a friend out of it. The next tip is to go to your classes before your classes actually start. So freshman year, I moved in, I think it was closer to like a week before classes started. That was like the earliest move-in I've ever had, I feel like. So we were there about 4 days before classes started. So my roommate and I, my best friend, we went to every single one of our class buildings because we did not know where anything was. That is the scariest thing about going to a big college, is like, how am I gonna get to class? Where is my class? I have no clue. And I remember during freshman orientation, I used Google Maps on my phone to get to a building and got like so ridiculously lost. I do not recommend Google Maps because when you're walking, the directions are just trash. So go to your buildings before classes start. And what I did was I actually like recorded where I was walking. So I had like a little recording, and it was like, all right, when you get to this building, turn this way. This is what this building looks like, kind of thing, because you might go there one time, but you really aren't going to remember the next time you go, especially if it's like a couple days before you have to go there again. So those videos were so helpful. I didn't feel like I was so stressed like going to class on the first day. So definitely do that. The next tip is to make your dorm space personable and homey. So this is honestly like the most fun part of moving in, right? Like going to college is the dorm room shopping. Let me tell you, I came here with so much stuff. My mom has an SUV and we couldn't fit everything in there. We literally had to bring like 2 cars maybe even 3. I had to drive up. My dad drove my mom's car. My sister came as well. She drove her car. So everything was like packed to the brim. I had so much stuff. I didn't need nearly half of the stuff I had, but I really loved my freshman dorm because it was so cozy and it was so personable, and it just felt like home because of how much I decorated it and how much I actually like cared about it and like made sure that it was like a little piece of me, and bringing little things from home like pictures and maybe your favorite like blanket or something from home, or like your favorite picture or whatever from home, just made it feel even more homey and not just like some dorm that I was just living in for the time being. If I can find any like freshman dorm pictures in my phone, I'll definitely include those up here for you guys, because I really loved how it came out and it was just so homey, and it made my dorm experience that much better. The next tip is to have an open mind when it comes to dorm living. So this was really hard because you're going to be living with maybe like 20 other girls on your hall, probably way more than that depending on how big your dorm is. You guys are going to be sharing like 2 or 3 bathrooms. Like, it's going to be rough. You're going to realize that people aren't as clean and things are gonna get dirty, and it's just not gonna be good. Like on the weekends when everyone comes back from going out and there's vomit on the floor, it happens. Like things get real in dorms, okay? But you just have to like have an open mind, because you will just make yourself so mad if you just allow that to like really set you off. And especially like sharing a space with someone, like having a dorm and living in like such close quarters with another person, whether it's your best friend or not, whether you don't know them or not, like it's really hard. So you definitely have to have an open mind. Know that the bathrooms aren't going to be clean 100% every single moment that you go in there. Know that you're gonna have to share your space. There's gonna be one little sink and you've got to wait to brush your teeth, like stuff like that. Just like have an open mind and like be willing to adapt to those changes, just to alleviate like the drama and the arguing and stuff like that, or the tension, because it's really not necessary. And you will realize if you ever get an argument with like your roommate or whatever, it's really awkward because you're in such a small space. So just have an open mind, be willing to like make changes and adapt, and just share. Sharing is caring, and you really realize that when you're living in a box for a whole entire year. The next tip is to form a routine. So this can be kind of hard because you're going into a new place, you're going into a place where you don't really know anyone, maybe you know a couple people, and you're doing a whole new thing. Like college is a completely different ball game from high school. It is nothing like high school at all. You're going to have so much free time. It's going to be all on you to really stick to your routine and go to class. So definitely get in the habit of going to class and making that routine so that you are feeling so much less stress. Freshman year I had a really big routine, so I would get up at like 7 a.m, go to the gym for about an hour, hour and a half, come home, shower, and get ready for my first class, which was probably at like 10 or 11. And then I would just go to class and then come home. And after then, I felt like that routine really helped me get in the habit of doing what's really important to me and making sure that my studies were like taken care of, and then I could have fun and do other things like that. So really form a routine, get in the habit of going to class, because if you start to fall behind and you're not going to class because no one's really checking for you, and you're going to class and maybe you just don't have any attendance, like there's no real reason to go to class other than when you have to take tests and assignments and things like that for your exams or whatever. So it's like, why do I go to class, you know? But you need to go to class, so get in the habit of doing that. It's just going to save you so much more trouble and stress. So definitely form a routine and get in the habit of going to class. And the last tip is going to be to step out of your comfort zone. So I talked about this a little bit before, and this could go for anything, whether this is you wanting to join something, a club, wanting to meet new people, wanting to do something you've never done before, you know, having fun, going out, things like that. Like really step out of your comfort zone and try something new. Do things that you didn't used to do. Go with people that you've never really gone before with, you know, like hang out with different people and join different things. Really step out of your comfort zone. I had a hard time doing this just because I was so shy freshman year. Like, I was so shy, and so it was really hard for me to like join clubs and like meet new people and stuff like that. And had I just stepped out of my comfort zone even the slightest, it would have really just made my experience so much better freshman year. And sophomore year I joined a sorority, things like that. Like, really just step out of your comfort zone, join something, hang out with new people. It's going to make the world of a difference, and you're gonna feel so much better. It's your experience here at college is so much more than just going to class and studying and homework and all of that. Like, it's so much more than that. And if you really just only allow yourself to do that and stick to what you know, then you're really not making your experience all that it can be. So definitely step out of your comfort zone, go to different clubs, hang out with new people, and you will seriously thank me for it. So guys, that is going to be it for my incoming freshman advice for college. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below any videos that you guys have for me, any questions if you're an incoming freshman, or even if you're already in college and you have questions you want to ask me, leave those down below. I always respond in the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.